Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel, and today in this video we'll be covering a chess.com training game I played recently. So I was playing the black pieces, and let's take a look at what happened. So e4, c5, bishop c4 here, going into a Sicilian defense. So this is all pretty standard. a5, a4 is a little bit weird, but it's playable. d3, g6, all pretty standard. Queen to d7, and then here h5 is a bit of a mistake. My idea with h5 was to basically prevent something like bishop to h6 and then h4, h5, but it's not the best. Something better would have been, let's say b6 for a6, b5, or just simply play bishop d7, just developing a final piece. I will mention that when I was playing this game, that I was a bit tilted, so I wasn't playing the best chess. So I wasn't playing my best chess, but still, h5, bishop h6, knight e4. I'm trying to attack this bishop here on c4. Here, king captures, bishop e3, bishop d7, f4, knight back to c6, all pretty fine, castles, and then here I put my knight into the d4 square. I'm not worried about this exchange because I can play e5 at some point. This is actually what my opponent played, and then knight back to e2. Here I just play e5. Now I have a really strong center here. My opponent plays f5, which is a bit of an inaccuracy, as you see. Here the best move is to play knight g4 to get into the e3 square. I missed this, so instead I play the move bishop to c6, trying to play for d5. Here queen g5 was played. Best here is to play knight g4. However, here I thought after f6 check, this looks a bit scary, but of course I forgot how to count, and then I forgot that this doesn't work because here I'm just simply up a rook. So instead here I play the move d5, which is actually a massive blunder because of the sequence here, not knight g3. Here best is just to simply play queen captures e5. These two pawns are going to fall soon after. Instead knight g3 was played. Here I play king h7, and then here queen captures on e5. And then here I capture in the center. I try to blow it up in the center, and then I can maybe play rook e8 and try to infiltrate on the e file. Knight takes. Here I play knight takes, and then here rook takes rook, queen takes. And after pawn takes, here I play the only good move, rook e8. Very important to target the e4 pawn and get rid of that really quickly. Rook takes e4. Here queen to d3 was played, and this is actually a massive blunder. The best move here is to play rook g4. I played something which is, I would say, equally good, which is queen c5 check. And after king h1, here I swing the queen over to g5, and now I have a very nice threat, which is playing the move rook e1 check, followed by queen captures g2 with this bishop on c6 supporting my queen. And here after my opponent played rook f1, which is actually another blunder, here I have the very nice move marked as actually a brilliant move, rook e1. The idea here is mate is actually unstoppable because I'm threatening 1, queen captures on g2, and 2, if you use your queen to defend it, let's say, well not d2, let's say to g3, then I can capture the rook on f1. Basically, the idea here is that the queen is kind of overloaded because the queen's probably the only piece that can defend both threats at the same time of rook captures f1 and defending the mate on g2. However, in this case, it will be overloaded trying to defend both. It can't defend both the rook as well as prevent a mate threat here. So, for example, here my opponent tried to move bishop to g8, and here I played the best move, which is king h6. The reason why I didn't take this bishop was because I thought after something like queen c5 check, and I didn't really want to calculate because I was just afraid the queen would infiltrate somehow, like let's say king to g7. Here there's already a perpetual with queen f7 check, and after king h8, then this will lead to a sorry, not queen g7. This will actually lead to a perpetual, and if I ever go to h6, then there's just simply queen f8. I can't run my king out to g5 because the queen is there covering that square, my own queen, so I can't hop over my own queen and escape. So I didn't really want to calculate these complications, and I was worried somehow that my opponent could get a draw, as you just saw, or get something else, maybe even get some type of checkmate somehow with the rook and the queen. So after bishop g8 check, I just simply played the move king h6, and now all the threats are still renewed. For example, let's just say you defend this threat here on g2 with queen to g3. Here I simply play rook captures f1 checkmate. And here if you take this rook, then very simply queen captures on g2. And I guess there is no really other good continuation here. If you play rook g1, which is the third continuation to defend mate here, queen captures g2 is still checkmate. or another option is to play bishop captures on g2, which is also checkmate. Reason being, you can't capture this bishop because there's a pin here. This rook on e1 also does a good job of pinning the rook to the king, so there's no way to defend. However, my opinion, so bishop d5 was played here. This is the final move, and here I simply play bishop captures on d5. This renews all the threats. Queen captures g2, rook captures f1, etc., and it will lead to checkmate in 2 moves, and my opponent resigned here. One final note, rook g1 here, queen captures g2 is a bit more stylish because the queen, it looks like it's sacrificing itself. However, it is not because of the rook pinning. And here, after bishop to d5, all these threats still persist after bishop captures on d5, as I mentioned. Rook g1, there's still queen captures g2. Queen g3 to defend, then I can simply play rook captures on f1. And also, if you capture this rook here on e1, then I can simply play queen captures on g2, checkmate. So a relatively short game, not too long of a game. Starting off, in my opinion, not the best, quite poorly in fact, in my opinion. I didn't play that well. Also has to do with the fact that I'm not, in general, playing too well these days, but that's chess. At some point I will recover. So whenever I do, then I'll hopefully be able to play better games. But still, finding a way to come back from a losing position and finishing off the game in very nice style is still a pretty nice feeling. So yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed this game, and thanks for watching.